So previously I just installed the Raijintek 360 Triton water cooling AIO, and the tubing was slightly a little bit too small, like 2 centimeters too small, or maybe the motherboard was slightly a little bit to the left a little bit more, and then obviously the radiator and the tubing coming on the right hand side of the case has made it a little bit awkward. So I contacted Raijintek, and Raijintek sent me out some more tubing, and this is going to be how to show you how to take an AIO Raijintek 360 rad and drain the coolant out and put it back together and make it so the pipe doesn't fold over. Stick around, I'm going to find more. So first off, I'm going to have to take off my side panel and not get that scratch. As you can see, I've got a blue clip on here which I got from my girlfriend, because I was trying to stop the coolant from flowing straight through. Now I hope you can see what I'm looking at, because most people wouldn't really be bothered about this and probably turn it to the side, but I like to see the Raijintek side and everything all in order and uniformed. So even my radiator wasn't even on properly. I had to try and put it over there to the closest point in the fan without touching and rubbing. But now I'm going to take it apart and then drain the coolant out. So let's get on with it. I need a screwdriver to start off with. You really shouldn't ever try to do like the water cooling drainage when it's actually in the loop like this. You want to take it out if you can. It makes more sense, and then it doesn't actually creep all over your components and destroy it. So I'm actually going to clean the thermal paste off just to make life a little bit more simple and easier. You can put some fresh compound on. So I'm not going to use any alcohol or anything or any rubbing solution. I'm just going to take it off of this. It's only been on there for like probably what, a week, 2 weeks. What I'm going to do is going to open up the top, and then I'm going to use this squirty bottle so I can suck it in and then put it in the bowl, and then I'm going to undo the barbs and then take it from there. And your coolant will be perfectly fine as long as the bowl's clean and got no contamination. So basically I'm just holding the radiator up the other way now with the barbs facing down. Now I'm going to put the lid back on so it doesn't splash too much all over the place. So you should have that much coolant in the bowl. You just make sure that it's got no bits in there, and you can reuse that. And I'm going to use that to squirt back into the actual reservoir and then feed it around the radiator. It's a little bit more different than doing full water cooling, but it's kind of near enough the same, but it's not. Because obviously the pumps in the actual reservoir, the reservoir is connected, and there's a big radiator and everything's just all in one loop, but you can just undo the barbs and get to it. So actually I needed about 2 or 3 centimeters more, but I'm just going to do it a little bit more. I don't want it to look too untidy or anything like that with the tubing, but it's just to show that you can do the custom loop quite easily. If you take a look there, you can see that there's a dent on the actual tubing itself, and if this folds over like so, it stops it from flowing properly, and then you'll notice that your fans will ramp up and start to get really warm inside the case, and it won't perform properly. So that's the whole point of doing this little exercise. So I'm going to cut the tubing down to size now and give myself a little bit more extra. just got to make sure you do a nice cut. So I'm going to cut this to the same length. As you can see, it's a lot longer and it doesn't stretch and bend. So I'm going to take this apart now and get the barbs off. You just unscrew it. So I've just taken the barbs off the tubes. No, it's really hard to get off, but once you get them off, it's all cool. Just make sure that when you look at the tubing as well, when you go to put your new tubing on, that it's nicely flatly cut, so it's nice and flush to the surface when you put the tube back on the barbs. So I'm just this is my old one, I'm taking that off. I'm going to put this to the side, I'll get the barbs off the old one and put that to the side as well. Now with the new one, so put the barbs in, so obviously you've got the screw end downwards. On the other side as well. Make sure they're even because it just makes it so much easier. Now I'm going to cut the edges down a little bit so it's more perfect. And that's nice as well. So now I can actually put these back onto the radiator and the pump, and basically it's left to left and right to right on this one, 'cause it's straight AIO, straight easy access, straight easy fit. So now I'm going to do is just stick the tubing back on. Make sure it's actually flush down because you don't want it to leak over your build. So all you have to do is just make sure that it's actually flushed to the barb itself and push down, make sure it is. Note though, when you actually put this on the actual barbs and you start to screw it in, it is going to be a bit of a mission and it will start to turn as you go along. So I've just got some mini pliers which I'm going to use, which I don't really want to use because it can scrape away the grip of the thumb screws or thumb barbs, but it will just make my life a little bit more easier just to show in this quick tutorial. Or you could probably add a little bit of tissue if you've got some time and wrap it around the barb when it gets really tight and you can't do it anymore with your fingers. Use that. So after you've put the barbs back onto the tubing and everything like that, it's time to refill the coolant back in there, what you've taken out from earlier. So now I've got my squeezy bottle, so I can just do it in intervals. This was supplied with the Raijintek kit, and I just emptied out what I already had. So now I'm just going to get this all up. It's going to be quite a long process, so this bit's going to be sped up. So now what we do, we put the screw back on the top, make sure it's tight, and then we let it flow back down to the radiator. Now the thing is, you got to make sure you don't get any bubbles in it, and after you've run the system for about a couple of hours, it should even out the bubbles that are in there anyway. But just to make sure, don't shake it too much to cause bubbles. Then you just repeat the process. I am quite happy now, because obviously it's been successful putting it back together. But what I'm going to need to do is actually put the radiator in the computer first, and then obviously put the CPU water block reservoir pump thing on the CPU, just to make sure that it fits perfectly. I did try it before actually putting the coolant in there, and it fitted. But just be my luck that I've done all of that and it doesn't fit. So now I'm just going to put it all on there, get the radiator in there properly and all this sort of stuff, and hopefully it'll work.